Okay, so here are my paints, my water, and I have a paper towel here. You can also have a sponge that is going to be in your painting cubby, and this is going to be what I'm going to mix my paints on. You guys will be using scraps of magazines, old magazines that you can tear from. I'm going to use white paper on the camera so you can just see it a little more clear. Now I have my primary colors, white and black. And so here on this bucket of water, the bottom of this is just a little stained, but the water is clear. I do want you rinsing on this side that has the ridges, so you can scrape your paintbrush to get the paint out here. And then it has little prongs here that you can kind of like use to help dry the brush off. You can also just use the side to help dry it off. And then I like the paper towel or the sponge to also soak up the excess water, so that way your paint doesn't become very runny. And then this side, I actually keep this side with clear water. So this is like where I do most of the rinsing. This is the side that will get like kind of dirty water. And then after I do the big rinse, and then at the end, like this is where I can do my final rinse to sort of clean the brush at the end. And sometimes that is enough to clean the brush, and I don't even really need the sink to clean it one final time. Depends on how much paint I have going in my brush, but I can give it a good final rinse here, and then I can just put it in my bin and I can set it back in the cubby. Stick to getting this side dirty, keeping this side clear for final rinsing. To operate the paints in a way where we are going to get the most out of them is you want to always remember to keep this container as clean as possible, because we are going to reuse this day after day. And so you don't want to get like all your blue into your yellow and the red all into your white, because that's going to get really, really frustrating when you have to keep getting this out and you have to keep cleaning this out day after day after day. When we paint, you are going to want to scoop out the paint onto your palette, and then on your palette, that's where you can kind of get a little more messy. So when we're painting with the color wheel, we're going to need our colors out. So let's say I'm going to make orange, right? So I'm going to start, I need red and yellow to make orange. So I always grab like my lighter color first. So I'll grab my yellow, and because I have yellow on my brush, I'm not going to go right into the red. That would be bad because that would ruin my red. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to rinse. And I'll grab some red. Okay, so I have my two colors that I'm going to need to make orange. Now I already have some red here on my brush. And what I want you to remember is when you are mixing paint, you always want to take a little bit of the more powerful color and toss it into the less powerful color. If I were to take this yellow and put it into the red, it's not going to change the red a lot unless I use like a whole lot of the yellow, so because it's less powerful. But if I take just a little bit of this red, because it's more powerful, and I put it here with the yellow, it will change the yellow pretty quickly. So, and again, I already have red on my brush, so I don't need to grab a lot of red. So I'm just going to start swirling and see what type of orange I can get out of this. Okay, and so there I have an orange paint. Now, if I need let's say I need to make a yellow orange, then I would rinse my brush as I just did, and that means I need to scoop out some more yellow. So I got yellow here, and I'm not going to put yellow into this, right? Because yellow is still weaker than orange. So I'm going to take some of the orange, just a little, and I'm going to put it here into this yellow. And that's how I'm making yellow orange. So more yellow in this, less orange. And again, here, I don't need to rinse my brush. I can just grab from colors here, because this is my palette. This we keep clean. I need to think about tints, shades, and tones. So if I need to make, let's just kind of play here with red since I have a lot on my palette. If I'm going to make a tint of red, so I'm going to rinse my brush. Red is more powerful than white. So I take a little bit of red. Again, I don't need to rinse because it's here on my paper. I'm not grabbing from the palette. A little bit of red, and I can toss it into my white. And look how fast that turns. And if that's too pale, I can just grab a little more. And there we go. That is a tint. Okay, and if I'm doing a shade, black is actually going to be more powerful than my red. So I'm going to take a little bit of black and I'll toss it into my color. And that will darken my color. And that creates a shade. And then if I need to dull out a color to make a tone, I need gray. So there's two ways to go about this. I already have a tint here, which is like my red plus white. Now to make a gray, that's black and white. So I already have white. I would just need the black to make the gray. I already have the color, so I could just add a little bit of black into here if I already have a lot mixed, and that makes a tone. But if you don't have a lot mixed, that might not work out for you. And the same here, this is my shade. If I have a lot mixed, I already have the black, I already have the color, I could just add in the white, and that could make my tone. Or the other way you could do it is you could mix a gray. So I take some black, I mix it into my white, and then I take my color, and then I mix it in. And that's how I get my tone. And then you just paint these onto the color wheel into the correct locations. But this is how you would do your mixing, so you're not wasting a lot of paint. So you always want to think a little bit of the more powerful into the less powerful. Okay? All right, so you can see my water's getting a little gross. I'm gonna give this a good old rinse here. You get a little accident. See how some blue got here into the white? That might happen on accident. Maybe we're not paying attention or something like that. We can scoop that out. Ideally, we don't want that to happen ever, but we can scoop that out. So inside our paintbrush bin, you should have a plastic spoon. And with that plastic spoon, you can just scoop that top layer of paint off and get a paper towel and wipe it off the spoon. And that way we don't have to like go to the sink and dump all of the paint out or scoop the whole thing out, and we're not wasting paint. Okay, so that's how I want you to operate your paints.